up our story in the old half-destroyed temple of Kren the Sly, after some sort of celestial firebird vanished after being set free. But it did leave you a gift. Well, three. On the ground, you saw three feathers that were slowly falling from being on fire and went to a dark orange ember. After the fire faded, Bronobi grabbed one and put it on his bow, but Hester noticed that there were some sort of magical healing feathers, so they were put aside for later. It was then that everyone wanted to be back above ground before this whole place got buried. When you were back topside near the smoking remains of the Perch Guard way station, you took stock and decided to head out before whatever did this come back, which was a very good idea. Your two scouts, Rax and Orwin, they could tell that they were you could tell that they were somewhat worried about not getting word back to their perch about this, but they had a mission to finish and set the pace for the rest of you. After a few hours, you hit the edge of the forest and everyone got to see miles of open grasslands and the towering figure that was your destination in front of you, the Crest Mountains. With another day's journey ahead, you took stock of the area, found an old farming path, and set out. When you finally hit the base of the Crest Mountains, Jeremy, Bronobi's new pseudo-dragon, came out of the sky in panic, and you all looked up. You seen a pair of griffins that were circling the area, apparently hunting, and you all dived for cover. It was nearing dark, and Brax told you that the griffins don't hunt at night, so Hester took out your lovely acorn, planted it, and sprouted your camp. Watches were posted, and all but a few headed for bed. Night came, and both Irma and Reynard were in for a fun surprise. First was Irma. She found herself in a lush field of wildflowers with the scent of tea on the wind. As she got up and looked around, she saw an old Gallus smiling at her and told her to take a seat on a log, poured you some tea, and had a chat. This was Henra, the provider, and she had something special to give you to help you on your journey. You were then entrusted with a weapon called Kindness. She wanted you to wield it not to strike with anger, but to safeguard those who have no other recourse. And you woke up, and your current crossbow was turned into this one. Reynard, who was on second watch, and as you woke with Orwin, you started to see light in the distance. You also rolled a lovely nat 20 perception, so I rewarded that. Now and then, Reynard has a weird ability to summon the ghost of some spirit to help you learn something each morning, but this time, they found you. First you saw a few, then a few dozen, then a few hundred start floating through the trees at the base of the Crest Mountains. One in particular could tell that Reynard could see him and came closer. You then met Cervan Greybill, a Gallus perch guard who died a few weeks ago during one of his patrols in these parts. He was killed by one of the griffins you saw earlier. Cervan could tell that Reynard was special and offered to help him if he promised to do his best to find out why he and the rest of the ghosts around him are unable to pass to the other side. Something is keeping them here, and he wants it dealt with. It took Reynard a while to try and suss out what it was that Cervan was offering, but you did finally hold out your hand and nod. Cervan then smiled, took your hand, and you blacked out. The rest of the night was filled with visions and memories that were not yours. You saw and heard faces of people you never knew, yet somehow were starting to seem familiar. You and Cervan became one that night, and you awoke being gifted one level of fighter, expertise in stealth, and all of Cervan's memories and skills to be unlocked at a later date. Come morning, after your camp went back to being an acorn, you found an old track heading up the mountainside and set off. After an hour into the ascent, Skye decided it was a good time for a song, and to help speed things along, started to play and sing. She played extremely well, and sang so well that she caused an avalanche which buried Hester and Bubo, and everyone got one level of exhaustion, which is where we ended our session, and we are currently picking back.
Oh, everybody got exhaustion. I thought it was only people that failed the whatever throw.
I thought everybody failed their con save, did they not? I did a con save, and I think you all failed that also.
Mine shows con save 13.
Yep, then you failed your con save, which is why you have a level of exhaustion.
And how is that from the actual avalanche or the cold?
The cold and just the ascent.
Because I did have
a couple hours
conjured a weasel that was essentially sleeping around my neck.
Yeah, it wasn't more the cold, it was just the ascent in the exertion of just climbing a mountain. Something you guys are not used to.
Okay, just making sure. I was like, wait, where did that come from?
Yep. Yeah, that was what the con save was for. You all had to hit. I can't remember it out of my original notes because I'm not home. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you all failed your con save. Yes. So, in front of you is a massive pile of snow with Hester and Bubo in it. What would you like to do?
Find a way to start digging them out.
Rax is just going to look at you guys and go, I'm not built for burrowing, guys. Any of you
digging? I can probably try. It's gonna be pretty cold, but better than leaving them under there.
Right. Raptor, you're buried. You can't see anything at all. You can't move. You can still sense Bubo. Bubo can't move. You are slowly being crushed by the weight of the snow.
Okay.
I have a perception check for Irma as you start digging to see if you can find and locate him without causing more of a problem.
Well,
Okay.
I do have a question.
Sure.
So I have the Ring of Warmth on, so
Yeah.
obviously I'm
That'll just keep your
resistant to
body
cold
temperature
damage.
warm. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if it would
Melt
slowly
snow.
start to melt. Okay, thought I would ask.
It doesn't radiate enough heat to start melting. That just basically keeps your internal core perfect.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah. Can I have a either nature or survival roll, please, Irma? To see if you can figure out how to do this without causing more of a problem.
I'll try survival. 13.
13, okay. This is new territory for you, but you think you'd be able to get him out without causing too much. It looks like whatever caused the issue, it wasn't a big avalanche, but it was just enough that you'd be able to tell that you should be okay. So what would you like to do? What does this look like for the rest of the people as you try to... They've seen you go underground before, but not, like, dig straight before. What are you trying to do to make sure you don't, like, hurt yourself or anybody else?
I guess try to keep it towards the top of the pile as much as I can. Like, I'm not going straight to the side. I'm kind of keeping in mind that there's not too much snow above me. Like, well, also trying to head in their direction.
Okay. Yeah, because you're at about, like, you guys are still fairly, most of you, some of you are tall. It's about 12 feet tall. That's currently, like, a massive just pile, just dumped on the path that you're on. The path itself is only about 8 feet wide, so you do have to be careful. But with those rolls, there's enough snow here, and you're pretty small, you should be okay. Getting these two out might be a little tricky, but you're going to be a good start. Reynard, are you going to do anything to help, or what would you like to do?
Is it just snow, or is it snow and rock? And
Mostly snow.
I would probably start, like, assisting Irma in ways that, as she starts digging down, I would make sure to kind of, like, repack in the snow area to keep it, kind of like building a snowman. You want to pack it in just right, an igloo, and just keep that kind of tension going with all the snow so it doesn't, cave in.
Yeah. Okay. All This won't take too long, because you do have technically 6 people. Be 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 6 of you actually doing this. So, given enough time, as long as you didn't get an at-roll 1, that was the most important thing. You do eventually find Hester and Bubo. Hester, what's this feeling for you as you can't move and crush? Like, what's going on inside your head? This would still take them like 5 minutes to maybe 10 minutes to get to you.
Yeah, I mean, this is a new thing that Hester hasn't experienced before. They haven't really dealt with snow, so this is kind of a new thing. Definitely worried that they're going to be stuck here, and that it's getting harder to breathe with all the snow on them. I mean, they are relatively close to Bubo. They can sense that Bubo is, probably, I would say, just out of arm's reach, but still know that they are close. And, I mean, Hester's trying to get to Bubo. Just so that way, worst case scenario, they die. They at least want to be next to something that they feel a connection to and not be alone. So they would kind of do what they can. I don't know how, not incapacitated, but like how restrained I am. But it's like they would try to like move some of the snow to try to get to Bubo.
Yeah. What is your Constitution modifier?
+2.
Okay. You have roughly, you'd be able to hold your breath for 2 minutes. It's going to take a long time.
Fun.
So, you're slowly being suffocated from the weight of the snow. Can I please have a con save at disadvantage?
Okay. That's what I thought. 9.
9. Okay.
My first roll was an 18. The second one was a 5.
Okay. So do you have any spells that that you don't need somatic for? That's just verbal.
Medic.
The only thing you'd currently be able to do is mumble a little.
Yeah, the only thing that I have that is verbal, and that's it, is Fairy Fire.
Okay. All right. That sounds good.
Everything else is either somatic or verbal, and material.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, actually, do I have verbal material? I don't think I do. I think it's the material.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I do have Featherfall. That's verbal material.
Okay, that's not good. I won't be able to grab anything. Okay.
I can't grab my own feathers? What the hell?
No, not currently where you are. Like, you're pretty much just stuck. There's too much.
Gotcha.
Snow weighs a lot of. So, what's it like to slowly suffocate that you can't breathe for Hester?
It sucks.
Nice.
It's
Yep.
It's actually the most terrifying way to die, because you, like any other way that you're dying and everything, you understand why you're dying, and you know that you can't that it's difficult to overcome that in order to not die. Whereas with suffocation, it's like the air is right there, it's all around me, but I can't get to it, and it's terrifying that it's like, oh, if I go 2 feet to the left, I can live, but it's like I can't do that.
All right. Well, while that's happening, can I have one more con save, please, at disadvantage?
Oh, yeah. I was checking my cantrips to see if any of them were just verbal, but no.
Goes being buried.
Oh, okay. So I rolled a 14 and an 11. So with the 11, that'd be a 15 for con save.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, as we go and we kind of calling out to Hester, give him any kind of a sign that we're getting to him, or if you can hear us.
After the first 2 minutes, when you really start to almost black out, you will take a perception roll at disadvantage, please.
Ooh. Hang on. Well, I'm pretty sure I won't be able to do this, but I just want to make sure.
Yep.
Good God, that's 2 nat ones.
Can I? Oh wait, hang on. Oh, never mind.
That's ridiculous.
Well,
So,
it goes. I had a D&D session last night. I did roll 2 nat 20, so that pans out right now.
Makes up for it. Nice. Like 1 in 400 chance. Pretty good.
So, question. I don't know if I could do this, if I'm reading it right or not, but it's, worth asking.
Yep.
Can I use my nest charm? Because it just has to be on the ground and there's technically ground around me and I just have to say something in order to activate it. So could I activate that and get shot 50 feet in the air?
Technically, it hasn't recharged yet, I don't believe.
Okay.
You've only been not even 2 hours since you've woken up. That still needs to wait to be able to be used again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I misread that because it said that it resets at dawn, and so I was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
It would be dusk. Yeah, it goes back. So at nighttime, because you used it at nighttime, it's like that thing's more of that's for at night, and then it resets during the day, but you can't use it again until night. So it's a little, because it's opposite. It's not like technically your spell. It's an actual item, so it's a little different that way. If you didn't use it one night, it would be more after you use it for 8 hours, it needs to still recharge from that.
Okay, so technically, if I didn't use it last night to keep us safe from the griffins, I could use it now.
Correct.
To not die.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. Just thought I'd ask because all I had to do is say a word and it would activate.
Yep.
So, and I'm like, if that's all I have to do,
you would still have
I could
have
do
it
that.
in your hand, because if that would be in your pocket at the time or wherever you had it, that might hurt you.
What hurt me?
No, you're fine.
Yeah. I mean, it just says that I have to place it on the ground and speak the command word. So, I mean...
Yeah, you would have already had to have it in your hand because you can't currently get to any pocket.
Yeah. Well, because I was thinking it's a charm, so it'd be like a necklace, and then I have to take that off to use it and everything. So I was like, if it's sitting here and the snow's all around me, it's on the ground. But then it's a matter of...
Okay, I see how you're doing it. Yeah.
Where I'm angled. Because, if I'm laying on my back and it activates, it's like I'm going 50 feet down.
Yes.
I was about to say that too. I'm like, wait, no, you shit yourself into the earth. Oddly enough, we do have in our inventory bottled breath, but I don't believe Hester has it, let alone has access to it.
No. Okay. That's fine.
But would my was it a pumpkin slicer sword with it be able to do fire damage, be hot to go through snow? Kind of like a point as melting as we go kind of thing?
Can't remember. Link that sword just read the description for me again.
Well, it says when you hit plant or undead with this magic weapon, it creates an extra 2d6 fire damage.
Okay. I'm sure there'd be a few roots in there somewhere, because you still do have little bit of forest. I'd say it'd be we'd do a percentage roll. Anything over 50%, you'd find something that would turn to fire. Yeah.
And I shall do a percentage roll. And give it a try, why not?
Yeah, I like the idea. Good thinking.
59.
Yeah, you do find something. That will help with the 9 that he rolled. That'll help dig a little bit quicker to get to him. So, Bronobi, now that you're here, Hester is buried in snow and slowly suffocating to death because he can only hold his breath for 2 minutes, and it's going to take at least 5 to get to him. So, we are trying to come up with ways of not killing Hester.
I have another question.
Mm-hmm.
Could I
Yep.
fall into my own bag of holding?
No, because you can't move. There's nothing you can do right now. You are too compacted.
Okay.
Yeah, there's literally.
Oh yeah, because that'd be.
Mumble.
Stand aside. I can save him right now.
I got a feeling he has
I'm trying to
explosion
come
arrow.
up with something.
Oh yeah. He's got something, and it's not going to be pretty. Bronobi, just make sure I have some left. Yes, I do.
Just to let you know, Irma and everyone's like, Irma's in the middle of digging, but she's being very careful not to cause more of a problem because you are on the side of a small cliff.
Well, Bronobi's not thinking about that.
Okay.
He is going to use his arcane shot with his arrow. He's going to shoot a direct line at where he thinks Hester it was, wasn't it? At where he thinks Hester is, using his piercing arrow that will go straight through stuff. The idea being, it's probably going to hit Hester, but it will create a line in the snow directly to him where air will be able to get in and out.
I feel like this is a bottle rocket being let off in a bathroom.
So, do you want me to roll to shoot? Roll to hit?
Well, you do have 1 level of exhaustion, as a reminder.
Okay, but that doesn't affect my ability to shoot, so that's okay.
Yeah.
So how does a nat 1 sound? Oh my god. That was not... Oh no.
Give me
I'm
1
sorry.
second. There are how many of you? 6 of you.
Well, hang on. I just want to point out, reading the description of piercing arrow here, it says the arrow passes harmlessly through objects, ignoring cover. So technically, this wouldn't create a tunnel for me to breathe. It would just pass harmlessly through the pile of snow and just hit me.
It wouldn't even go through the snow. This thing, there's a lot of snow here. Like, it's 15 feet high and 30 feet long. His arrow would probably go through maybe 3 feet of that.
Yeah.
Well,
but I'm just saying,
piercing, but
according
he's
to the
right.
description.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, according to the
what I'm
description,
saying.
I'm wrong.
That's fine.
I rolled in that 1, so I'm probably missing him by a mile since I was aiming right for him. So it's probably fine, and at least I'm not doing any harm.
And the ones that are currently digging are Irma and Reynard. Orwin and Rax are not. So give me a percentile roll. Over 50 is Reynard, under 50 is Irma to hit them.
Son of a bitch shot me in the ass again.
Under 50, is 50 exactly counting as under, like it would be 0 to 50 and 51 to 100, right?
So 50 and under is Irma, over 50 is
Okay, so I've rolled a 5 for the first number. Let's see if I get a 0. No, I get a 7. So
Okay.
57.
Reynard, what's the damage of your arrow, sir?
Oh, we don't need to know that.
We do with you were
Oh,
doing an arcane shot, sir.
Oh, okay. So plus an extra 1d6. Okay, so it's the damage of my arrow plus a d6.
At least you
Excellent.
passed your save for not getting hit by most things, Reynard. You got a little bit of health left.
Well, the good news is I only did 9 damage.
Okay. Reynard, you got an arrow in your good.
No, that son of a bitch shot me in the ass.
Okay, that did not work. Everyone move back even further this time. Get out of range. I have a better idea. And he shoots again once everyone moves out of the way. He quickly pushes Irma back and he does bursting arrow, doing that. Does not say anything about harmlessly. It's 10 feet, and you said he's further down than that potentially, so it's not going to hit him, but it will, I would imagine, clear 10 feet radius of, or 10 feet in maybe not radius, but 10 feet diameter of snow from around to get us a lot closer in the digging process.
Okay. Right. Well.
And I'm just aiming at the snow. It can even hit me if you want. I don't care, but it's just not. I figure it can't hit him or anyone else.
Okay. Does this create any more sound?
It doesn't seem to say so.
Okay.
It just says the energy detonates. There's no mention of sound. It's force damage, not thunder.
So if it's force damage, it would still have to displace something and cause a problem. So,
It's like, where's the kaboom? There's supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
There should be at least some sort of explosion with that, I would assume, especially if it's doing force damage.
Oh, come on, rules as written, Brandon. I don't see any mention of sound.
Yep. Okay, that's fine. Tell me what this looks like, and I would love a perception roll at disadvantage to see if you can pinpoint if this is going to hit Hester or not, because you don't know exactly how.
Oh, no, I don't.
No, you do
I
not.
don't, but it was worth a try. Okay. Disadvantage, I rolled really well and got a 9.
Disadvantage perception check with a 9. How much damage does that do, sir?
I believe it does 2d6 force damage to anything within 10 feet of it.
Okay.
So I guess that would be a 10-foot radius.
Yeah. So, Hester.
Yeah.
You do.
I rolled really crap. I rolled crap. Only three damage.
Okay. Oh, well, that is good then. Because Hester doesn't have a lot of health left.
Excellent.
No, I don't. Yeah, Hester's almost dead. Same thing with Bubo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but suffocating, at least if you die from force, that's less bad than suffocation.
Yeah.
All right.
So was I taking 3 damage? Is that what I heard?
Yes. Well, assuming it hits you.
Yeah. Bubo is taking 3 damage.
So both me and Bubo take 3 damage?
Yes, sir.
Okay, quick question.
Yep.
Before Bubo dies, could I have Bubo try to shoot their nettle gun to see if it frees up some space for movement? Because it's mounted to them. It's not something that they have to grab.
Were you in front of or behind Bubo?
I don't know. It was a month ago. I can't remember where I specifically was.
On Bubo?
I don't think
I don't think you were on him.
I don't think I was on either.
Do you think you would have?
I think if anything, I think we were just literally standing next to each other. We hadn't started moving or anything like that when everything went down. So, but then obviously we got hit with the avalanche, so I don't know where I would have ended up in relation to Bubo.
Okay, would you have done this within the first couple minutes or near the end?
Probably near the end. It's not something Hester would think as like a first line thing. Like basically my thought process that I've been asking this whole time is kind of what Hester's thought process was going to be. It's like last ditch effort. Let's just start shooting shit. Let's see if that works.
Okay. So what I want then, if you want him to shoot off his nettle gun because it's part of him, I'm okay with that. I would like just a straight attack roll from him, and then a percentile roll to see if he hits you.
This is mean, Brandon. Mean!
You're in the middle of an avalanche. That would have displaced where he currently was. Both of them have shifted tremendously.
Oh, when I say it's mean, I think it's great. Keep going.
Yeah.
What would be my
He's been suffocating. I haven't had him roll on the madness table yet. That's coming next, sir.
What would my 2-hit modifier be for the gun?
Just whatever Bubo's attack roll is. Yeah.
Okay.
So
For like the force empowered rend.
Yeah, we'll just use the same attack.
Okay, your spell attack modifier to hit, so then that's a +4 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay. And just straight attack roll?
Yep.
Okay. That's not gonna do shit. So I rolled a 5, so that's a 9 to hit.
Okay. It goes off. It just doesn't go anywhere. It just it's almost like the snow is compacting enough that it doesn't damage it. It just nothing really happens. A few things come out of it. Luckily for you, he doesn't immediately kill you, which is good.
Yay! All
Can
right.
I have you roll me a D100 as the last of your air is gone, and you're slowly starting to black out.
Hey, just to check. So my bursting arrow, which moves everything away, like would move snow away from it, I would say, was enough it hit him and yet didn't move snow away from him to give him air to breathe. That doesn't make sense.
We're having this happen at the same time.
Oh, okay.
So,
okay.
Because you were a little late, I didn't know how long you were going to be here, so we've already done 3 minutes of digging to try and find them.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, my D100 roll, no joke, 69.
Nice!
Ooh.
Give him a bonus for that, Brandon.
I like that. So, this one actually works. You already have disadvantage on disability checks. You are starting to experience vivid hallucinations as you slowly black out. What are you seeing, sir? Short-term madness. Love it.
Yeah, Hester is starting to so what Hester sees is so they've been trying to move to get themselves over to Bubo, and they're trying to command Bubo to do what they can to get to them.
Yeah.
And so in their head, what they're now seeing as they're being suffocated is that Bubo was able to break down the snow and get to them. And in their head, they're imagining that they were able to grab onto Bubo, and Bubo's in the process of clawing them up and out of where they are, even though they're not going anywhere right now.
Perfect. Well, as that happens, you get a rush of air flow, and you see daylight again. And you also see what looks like to be your friends, but in your current state, what would you do as this all happens at the same time? Would you think this is real at this moment?
Yeah, I mean, Hester would be thinking, that, Bubo just saved them and whatnot. So they'd be, they would think that everything that is happening is real, regardless if it's actually real or not.
Okay, perfect.
So, but obviously Bubo's not right next to them. They're a pile of scrap under the snow right now. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. The rest of you see Bronobi shoot Reynard, tell you to move, and do another small little mini explosion. And you do see Hester is not looking great, and Bubo is kind of crumpled upside down with his feet sticking up.
Oh, I mean, the moment Bronobi shot off the arrow and he saw Hester, he'd be reaching down to yank him out.
Hester, you'd be able to tell, is not breathing.
And I just quickly hand into Irma and say, fix this. Please.
Guy's gonna go, oh, nice. Or me?
I can try to do something.
Yeah, you are hurt. So pretty much you give me a straight medicine roll, please, Irma, while you're at disadvantage because you are also exhausted. I don't have Skye's character sheet up, so if we need hers, I'll bring her up eventually.
Well, twice. Disadvantage. Okay,
Yeah.
first one.
So
11.
the 11's enough to know that he's currently unconscious, almost. Like, he's right at that edge where he's about to pass out. But you do see, like, signs of life. He's not dead. Bubo's not moving. You would be able to tell with that if you, like, tossed him a heal at some point, Dad probably wake him up enough and get some air back in his lungs.
Yeah, I'll probably just give him a heal, because that would
Okay.
probably help. Yeah.
Nobody wants to give me mouth to mouth. I see how it is.
Well, it's magical healing. It's going to do it all for you.
Oh, gotcha.
This seems the most efficient. Just do
Yeah, fair point.
Perfect. Hester,
That's 14 healing.
Hester, you get 14 health back, and you take a good deep breath. That is not full of.
Oh, I'm feeling fantastic. Yeah. So Hester, yeah, takes a deep breath and is like, "Oh, Bubo, we made it. We're good. We made it out. Everyone, Bubo got me out."
Well, heavens to Betsy. Orwin and Rax are pretty much just looking around, and like they've got arrows knocked, and they're looking at the sky to make sure the griffins that are around this area are not currently coming down to attack you, because you did cause a little bit of a scene.
I think it is time to move. Good job, Bubo, on getting him out. A shame Bubo had to die. R.I.P. Bubo.
Does Hester know? Like, at what point does Hester realize that Bubo's not there?
You probably would have felt it while you were trying to slowly not have any breath. You probably would have noticed, like almost like 5 or 6 seconds before you were back to normal. Just that instant. Oh, meh, I'll build them again, and if I can.
Okay.
If I'm alive, and then you're alive. Yeah.
All right. So then, okay. Because I didn't know if it was going to be like, I'm like, oh, Bubo's with us. Let's go. And then it's like later on down the road, it's like I realized Bubo's not with me kind of thing.
Yeah, you created them. You would have noticed the light went out. Yeah.
Okay. Because I can revive Bubo, but I have to be within 5 feet of them.
Yeah, you'd
so
be right beside them. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So then I'll use. It says that if they've died within the last hour, I can use my smith's tools in an action to revive them.
Yep.
Provided I'm within 5 feet and I expend a spell slot of first level or higher.
Yep.
And then they return to life after 1 minute and have all their hit points back.
Yep. Yeah, you basically cast mending on them for a minute. That's pretty much what it does. If you'd like to, by all means, sir.
I am.
Burn your spell slot.
Yep.
Burn it.
All this would have happened within under 5 minutes, thanks to Bronobi just throwing some arrows into a pile of snow. And the help of Reynard's sword that caught a few things on fire to help melt a little bit of it. Yep. Irma's digging probably did the most of it, but making sure you didn't cause any other problem. You got Hester out in time before he suffocated to death and was permanently in, well, death save before you could get to him. You had basically, I wrote down 5 minutes to live.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
There's plenty of time. What are you thinking about?
At least it was only you that got buried, sir. Yeah.
Yeah.
Avalanche
I mean, because I had the whole.
When you can only hold your breath for so long. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they're fun for you. That wasn't really fun for me.
But yeah, for like the next minute, you are still like hallucinating a little bit. because the madness table does,
Okay.
is usually short-term madness is like sometimes a minute, sometimes a little bit longer, but we'll say it's slowly starting to fade for you.
Yeah. After Bubo is reactivated, Hester will climb up in the little I can't think of what the initial term was, but like the little crow's nest, whatever, that they have built, and just kind of sit there and just rest basically, and just let Bubo do the walking.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Probably call it a perch.
Yeah, that's what I was literally about to say. You built yourself own little perch on a bird. That's just yeah, a bird with its own perch. All right. I will take just quick investigation or survival rolls from everybody, please, at disadvantage because you do have one level of exhaustion.
That I do. Oh, so that's another natural 1 plus who cares?
You guys are doing great.
Thanks. Surprisingly, Hester got 18 with disadvantage.
Okay, that's good.
7 survival disadvantage.
Okay.
Wait, what were the two? You said survival or investigation?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see what my survival is.
All right. Rax and Norwood both rolled 11s at disadvantage.
Yeah, well,
okay.
We'll do the 18 investigation. That's a lot better than the 12 survival.
All right. That's enough for you to be able to ascertain that as long as Irma just dug a hole big enough for you guys to crawl through, it's not going to cause any more problems, and you could continue on your journey.
Cool.
Oh,
Huzzah.
let's do that.
So, Irma, you get to dig some more. You'd be able to dig like a big enough tunnel for everybody to squeeze through.
Like a
Dig a
puppy.
tunnel, dig a tunnel.
Yeah, very cold in my hands.
Yeah. Yeah, those claws are getting a little frostbit, but yeah. Yep, perfect. All right. Well, you guys managed to save Hester, Bubo, and get yourselves out of a small avalanche that was caused by a very nice song. Perfect. All right. Who's on point? Taking the, do you want Orwin or Rax on point, or would anyone else like to be in the lead as you slowly climb the Crest Mountains again?
Bronobi's always at the back. Also figuring he's big, he might catch little people that fall.
Right. Are you doing anything with Jeremy, sending him scouting, or is he clutching onto your antlers?
I think he's clutching onto me because we were a bit scared of the idea of griffins.
Understood. Perfect. Cool. All right.
Reynard will take point and have his wonderfully new pet weasel assist him.
Nice. Did we have a name for the weasel yet?
Let's call him Bake.
Okay.
Just a random word. I'm like, Bake.
Bake the weasel. All right. Probably something Bronobi has done quite a few times in his life. Okay.
How dare you? Yes.
It's true, though.
Quick question.
Yeah.
When Hester was buried, that 3 points of damage that I took, was that force damage?
It was force damage.
Okay. So I will actually have, because I forgot I also have the brooch of shielding on, so I get resistance to force damage.
Yep.
So instead of 3, I would just take 1 then, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because it'd be half rounded down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I just wanted to make sure, because I was like, just thought of that, and I was like...
Were you actually knocked unconscious then?
He was almost unconscious.
No.
He had to fail one more con save from, or he was going to be suffocating and not unconscious. And then he was in death save. Yep.
Yeah, I was very close. My health, my HP also is down to 8. So
Gotcha.
it was like,
nice. perfect.
I was getting close.
All right.
I was walking up the path to death's door at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anything, Weasel's full name is Bacon. Just Bacon Weasel.
Bacon.
On bacon scarf.
Yeah. All right. So, you guys have managed to bypass your first real issue climbing this lovely mountain path. As you are going along, I will take who's ever in point a survival roll at disadvantage, but you're getting the help from everyone around you. So a straight roll, whoever wants to roll, and I will pretty much take disadvantage perception checks from the rest of you.
They're going so well for me today.
I know they are.
11. It's pretty good for me.
So,
That's not bad.
so you said, since the Weasel's giving me the help action, it's a straight roll for.
Straight roll.
But what do I need the roll for?
Survival.
What do you get? Survival.
I got a 17 for my disadvantage perception.
Okay. All right.
Straight roll, 15 survival.
These are a little better. Okay. All right. No nat 20s though. Okay.
I did get a nat 20. It's just that it was disadvantage, so it didn't count.
Disadvantage, I know. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right.
What, Jeremy, the little pseudo dragon's not going to give him the help action?
Oh, yeah,
He's too
that's
scared.
true.
It-
Yeah, he's probably.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But either way, that was disadvantage, so the 20 wouldn't have counted. It was my second roll.
It was your second roll? Okay, perfect. All right.
Good idea. Thank you.
Yeah, I liked it. All right, the next few hours journey are uneventful for you. You guys eventually come along, and a couple hours of climbing, you know you're getting quite high. This is probably, it's not like Alderheart high yet. This is going to take you guys a while because it is a winding path, and you are pretty much difficult terrain for a lot of this. The avalanche, you'd be able to tell, unearthed a few extra hidden areas you're going to have to bypass and still covered a few more. But those rolls are high enough that you don't come across any other problems for the first few hours. Can I please have con saves as you get higher and colder?
Is that disadvantage, or I'm not for saving throws?
No,
Okay.
you're good.
Oh, I'm feeling that cold.
17.
Okay. Ooh,
Nat 20 for a
yes.
21. Thank God.
Yes.
nice.
Thank you, Kren.
Yeah.
Does Bubo have to do a con
No.
save?
No, I don't
Okay.
think so. He's a construct.
I don't
Just
suppose
living
I wasn't getting advantage in some way from Jeremy helping.
No, this is just
No.
like your oxygen's starting to get low. You're getting cold. If you have,
Oh, I have an inspiration. I'm going to use it,
beautiful. And yeah, because,
and that's much better.
for Hester because you this is mostly for the cold. So because you are resistant to cold, I believe you can do this one at
Yeah.
advantage, sir.
Well, I got a 21 with advantage. Otherwise, I was going to be like with using the inspiration. Otherwise, I had a 5.
Okay.
still a 17.
Okay. Yep. You just got to hit 14. So anyone other than Irma under a 14, I won't bother rolling. Well, I guess I couldn't. I should roll for Skye. Let me bring up her character sheet here. So Irma, another level of exhaustion, my dear.
Yay.
Appropriate enthusiasm.
Collecting those levels like Pokemon now.
Oh, and a nat 1 for Skye. Ooh.
No, but you didn't really need to check, did you? You already said you were indifferent about checking, so
Well,
I don't think.
she'd roll anyway. She's got a +0, so it's up to you guys if you want me to roll for her or not. She's not here.
I don't know. I
She
think
would've
something.
But
I think something that would be this detrimental to somebody would not be something to roll for them when they're not here.
I could roll with.
I think we have to pretend she's not here and not use her in our advantage. So don't use her in any combat or anything.
I can do that.
That's
I'm
the only-
okay with it.
That's the only way we can justify her not rolling here, I think.
All right, because I was about to get
Yeah.
2 extra levels of exhaustion with that nat 1. Okay. You have persuaded your DM to be kind. Perfect. I still need to roll for Rax and Orwin. Okay, well, that's... Okay. 2 levels of exhaustion for Rax and Orwin.
Oddly enough, I would honestly would have said like no, because the wonderful songbird caused the avalanche. Let that black canary
She did roll
get the exhaustion.
All right. So Orwin and Rax have 2 levels of exhaustion. Your scouts are not doing that great right now. Okay. What's on your guys' mind as you slowly climb up? What
Is
are
there
you-
anywhere to hide and rest? Is there anything that can help us? 'Cause we're
Possible
in trouble.
cave to
Yeah.
hunker down.
Okay. So you would notice that Irma, Orwin, and Rack are lagging behind a little because they have half movement speed currently climbing up. Seems like this travel is starting to take a toll on the 3 of them. I will take lovely investigation or perception rolls, survival rolls, anything you can think of to roll to see if you can find anywhere to hunker down for a bit.
I got a 17 at disadvantage on investigation.
17, that's pretty good.
I do agree.
And that one, Reynard.
No.
Aw.
I can't see shit. The whiteness of the snow is messing me up where I can't properly see anything.
I
It's
have
a
a
disadvantage, though, Ernie.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you said perception?
Perception, investigation, or survival. It's whatever you as your character would use to look for something.
Oh,
Still
yeah.
21.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
good.
16 for investigation.
Okay.
If anything, it's Reynard's taking point. He's getting hit by the wind, and there's snow in it. And he can't really. Ugh.
All right. The DC was 20. Hermit. Somehow, being slow and having a hard time trying to find like anything around here. You spot out of the corner of your eye a small little path where you see it opens up into like a somewhat bigger area, and it looks like there's no snow, not as much snow, just a little bit, but it's got like a hidden little enclave of trees. It's almost like an outcropping with quite a few trees in this area.
I mean, that seems like a perfect place to hide from.
We'll just point and say trees.
Sounds like the path to Shangri-La.
This is not on your map at all.
Oh, great. It's an illusion. Awesome. But we all go there. What could go wrong?
We would.
You guys all follow this other little path, and I will take straight. What's your passive perception?
9.
12.
18.
Okay. Well, any passive over 13, you would notice that this place is a little different. Like, this is off the beaten path. This is maybe the wind is just whatever position this is. The wind dies down, warms up a little. This kind of feels like a nice little hidden, like, sanctum of almost. Like something built this place here. And Irma, with your 21 perception, well, and with the passive of Reynard, you come across something you're not too sure exactly what it is. It is warm though. You are in so you basically have like a mountainside cliff and then trees in front of you. Not a lot of trees, but enough to ward off most things here, and it looks like it's a great place to camp. You do notice though, on the mountainside itself, what looks to be some sort of figure carved into the side of the mountain. What would you like to do? It's about like 50 feet in front of you. And your perceptions, your passive would catch what sounds like running water. Just a trickle.
Any particular animal that we can see that is that carving?
You'd have to get closer. It's like you're walking up the side and you'd actually have to get in front of it to take a look at it.
Poke the bear. Let's go. Let's go take a look at it.
I mean, the DM.
Stealthily.
No, you had to hit a DC 20 to find this path. And you did. This wasn't going to happen if you didn't hit the DC.
And very quietly approach. Stealthily approach.
Okay. In front of you all, where did I put it? You see a statue.
And we say statue, bro?
I'm going to show you a picture of it in roll 20.
Come on, Cthulhu.
Come on, Tiamat.
This is what you see carved into the side.
That's enough.
There is water coming out of it.
It is Vecna riding Cthulhu.
I will take
Ooh.
religion rolls, please, from everybody. Yeah,
I'm actually
disadvantage
good at
because
that.
of your exhaustion.
Oh, well, I'm less good now.
I know.
There's another wasted nat 20, for goodness sake.
12.
7.
3.
Forward.
Wow. Okay. Should I have Skye roll for this one, or do you want me to not?
No, she's not there. Otherwise, how can we justify you not giving the exhaustion?
Beautiful. All right. Well, you don't know what it is, but there's a small inscription. Did any of you choose Sylvan?
I have no languages at all, so can I say that yes, I have Sylvan?
I'm okay with it. Yeah. This one's like a little weird because there's like bird speak. Each of the races have their own. And Sylvan was one of the options for Humblewood.
Sure. Then let's go with that. It doesn't seem dodgy at all.
It doesn't matter to me because
I think Hedge uses the same alphabet, but I don't speak Sylvan itself.
Okay. That's true too. Okay. So a couple of you would be able to see the description on the statue says the Veil of Thalara. Your religion rolls didn't figure anything out, though. I will type this out here for you.
Bronobi would say, "What is the Veil of Thalara? Never heard of this."
And Irma, being the only really religious person other than Skye here, you would be able to tell that this place is like some sort of old sacred site. Definitely religious, and part of the statue itself you would be able to tell has like an area where you could give an offering. If you would like.
Well, this statue looks pretty. Shall we break it up and try and sell the parts?
This is definitely druidic.
I wouldn't do that. We could put an offering, and that might do
Are
something.
you saying instead of making money from this, we should spend money for this?
I mean, it could give you a blessing or something. That's worth something.
If it's going to make me feel less exhausted than I currently am, then that sounds like a good idea. And Bronobi throws a gold coin at it.
Well, the
He
carving...
doesn't know how to do an offering.
Okay. Does anyone else want to do anything? Think of that. I will let you know what you see. I will give you the description. So the stone stands over 60 feet tall, draped in ivory, moss, and flowering vines. It depicts a serene, motherly figure with closed eyes and flowing hair that transforms into ridges of rock and root. Her arms cradle a nest of animals, owl, bear, moose, and deer, all sleeping peacefully. From the corner of the eyes, the natural spring flow, forming a waterfall known as the Mother's Tears, which feed a less enriched glade below. And you would notice that the water here that's coming out of the statue is what's pretty much causing everything here to bloom. This isn't really placed, like this is, you'd be able to tell this is almost like it's spring here permanently. Whatever wind and snow comes through here, it's not hard packed. This you could probably till if you wanted to. This is pretty much like perpetual spring in this area.
Reynard will pass a coin into the water, a gold coin. You know, like a, was it a wishing well kind of deal?
Well, I don't feel any better, and I gave it a whole gold. Maybe I should grab it back. And he reaches down to grab it back.
Before that happens, the roots around this area stir. And from the shadows of this lovely sacred glade, I'm going to move maps for you guys.
That doesn't sound good.
Look, a secret entrance found only in the shadow.
One second here to move you guys. Nope, pop this guy.
Is that Timon or Pumbaa? I can never remember which is which.
Pumbaa.
With a bit of Bronobi thrown in.
Well, you know of a deer and a jackalope.
In front of you is a towering creature, 8 feet at the shoulder with a body like gnarled wood and granite. Moss and fungus grow across its back. Its eyes glow with green gold light. It slowly starts to walk towards you, and it leaves a trail of blooming wildflowers and cracks in the earth. Doesn't speak, but can I have wisdom saves, please?
Oh, joy. Am I proficient in wisdom?
7.
Beautiful.
5.
Beautiful.
9.
And a 13 from Francis. Okay, you all fail. You all get a sense of, not fear, awe, more than anything. A sense of wonder, and could I take perception rolls from all of you, please? At disadvantage.
It's like my weasel is still helping, so...
3.
13.
Okay,
And
nice.
25.
All right, Reynard. Orwin and Rax are not here. It's just you guys. Seems somehow when you got closer, they are not here.
So they were at the statue with us a moment ago.
Yeah. But as soon
Okay.
as this thing emerged, you do not see them any longer. You need at least 18 or higher to notice that. Because you're more looking at this thing. Like, this thing's almost like forcing you to stare at it and look at it. And you, who all failed your save, because you failed your wisdom save, all feel like you're silently being judged by this creature. It also gives you the sense that, almost the same sense that the Firebird that you just helped gave you. that same sense
Okay.
of like some sort of worldly being that's not of this world. This is not something you've ever seen or heard of before.
Well, does anyone else
So-
think this looks delicious?
So there's no change in Hester because they always feel like they're being judged. They're a very anxious person.
Yes. Bronobi Horne. This is all in your head. You're not seeing this creature speak. This is all in your head.
Okay.
The sound of this creature's voice seems like it's coming from the mountain. Like it is echoing, it is deep, it rumbles, and it like shakes your body to the core almost. Bronobi Horne. Always looking for a snack, are you?
I never eat people that know my name. Assuming he can talk back in his mind.
Yep. Or out loud.
Actually, I don't think. Yeah, I think he would just say this out loud.
Okay. Well, you five stand in the presence of Thalara, the Greenback Mother. She does not offer her secrets freely. To stand in her presence, one must prove balance, strength, respect, and restraint. When intruders or seekers enter the Vale uninvited, the roots stir, and I am her ancient guardian. My name is Thornhide. Can I please have history rolls at disadvantage from everybody, please?
Mm.
I love all
Hey.
these rolls at disadvantage.
Well, that time you turned my 20 into a 10. Very rude.
Ooh, 4.
It's a 6.
Okay. None of you have heard of this creature, sadly.
Well, we are
One for me.
at loud you to say, we certainly do not come seeking harm, only shelter.
Are you sure of that, Bronobi Horne? You have slain many in your time. I am surprised you have not got an arrow knocked.
Well, I did not think that a large statue was something to knock an arrow at, and frankly, you look like some sort of a pig version of myself with those amazing horns, so I do not usually actually attack horned creatures, if I am being completely honest. It was more of a joke.
Understood. Well, you have entered the sacred site of the Greenback Mother. And because of that, you are to be given a test, if you would like. If you pass my test, I will tell you all about the Vale of Thalara, and all about how she serves the people of Everdeen.
If I would not like, can I simply just rest here safely and then leave?
That is up to you. I am here as a guardian of this sacred place, but if you would like to learn more, or prove yourself in battle or other areas, I would love to help. But
Right now I feel like I'm about to collapse, so trying to prove myself is not going to go well for me.
do you feel you need to be at your full strength in order to prove yourself?
Well,
Would you
of
not
course.
try to, if you were being hunted in the woods and chased for days on end, would you not give your all to the last breath, sir?
I suppose so, but I would hope I would at least start on an equal footing with that person when I am trying to run away. Now, that being said, I am not the hunted. I am the hunter.
Ah, there he is. Well, how about the rest of you? Would you like to learn more about this sacred place? You 5 are special, important. I know of your mission. It is a worthy one. Solara has given me the ability to offer her aid, but only if you pass her test.
Ooh, that sounds like fun. I really like tests.
Yes, I am aware. What about the rest?
Is this going to be a math test?
No.
Like,
Oh.
with this wonderful, guardian here that's able to read our minds, is he able to read mine with the fact that I technically have 2 souls right now?
Give me an insight roll, please, at disadvantage. Uh, 14's enough to suss out. Maybe not. It's hard to tell. You know he knows your name. Whether or not he knows everything about you, that's kind of hard to tell with a 14. He doesn't seem like he wants to attack you. But he's mad.
Like, because I'm just wondering, it's like, okay, he knows about stuff about Bronobi, essentially. Above table, he knows. But with me being of 2 minds right now, like, as far as I know, he's picking up, like, gibberish, essentially. Just too much information.
Yep.
Are you saying your brain is a VPN?
My brain is an Escher painting. Because of the Gallus soul that's in me with my character's actual soul. So I have so many freaking memories right now.
So, does anyone not want to participate? Your 2 companions did not want to. And as you look around, you notice that Orwin and Rax are not here.
I think
Maybe.
Reynard's, his fighter to Gallus level would technically make him want to do this.
Okay.
If it, means to an end, justify, highly gotta do it, I believe he would.
Okay. So,
Do
Reynard,
we all need to pass, or will one of us passing be enough?
if you would like to understand more about myself, Solara, and yourself, then yes, all of you. It's more of a individual work, group like yourselves. I think it's up to you. If you do not wish to, others can. They will still learn.
It sounds like maybe there is no harm in trying.
Reynard and Bronobi are in. Hester is in. Irma. Cleric
Irma's
Canara.
willing to try.
Are you willing?
I'll try.
Good.
I'm always willing to learn things.
I would assume Skye would pick up and go, "Oh, well, my granny never said to back down from a fight. I'm in."
I think she would have said my Mimo.
No, for her, it's her granny. Yep. Well, all right then. You see him, like, his whole body shakes, puts a couple hooves in, and let's roll initiative, please. Against Thornhide.
Is that disadvantage?
No.
Okay. Right. Finally. That's a 22.
Nice.
15.
Plus
15. I have a +3 dex.
15?
I'm 15. Yep, 15.3.
Okay.
I don't know what Reynard's is.
That's good. 9 for Irma.
I have a 17 to dex, so it's a +3.
Oh yeah, then we have the exact same dex. What's the next? What's the next
Roll off.
roll off?
You just roll
Okay.
it. Yeah, straight D20. Higher number wins.
All right, I got a 10.
Okay. There it goes. All right. So 15.1. Perfect. You see this creature roar back, stomp a hoof in the ground, and vines come up and grapple all of you. Can I have strength saves from being grappled by a whole bunch of vines, please?
Does Bubo get
17.
a thing too?
He usually goes right
Bubo
after
goes.
Hester.
Yeah, Bubo and Hester go at the same time.
Yeah.
11 for the strength save.
Does Jeremy have
10.
to save as well?
If you want to put him in combat, that's up to you, sir.
Oh, so then Bubo has to do strength save too.
I would prefer not. I'll keep Jeremy out.
Understood. Yep.
But I got a 17 from that strength save.
Okay. Did anyone hit a 20?
Oh, jeez.
All right, so no, so Hester has a 10 for the strength save. Bubo has a 9 for the strength save.
Okay. So you all fail, are grappled, and you feel like your cells starting to get constricted, and you all take 4 piercing damage, please.
Hester's gone.
From thorns that are slowly starting to squeeze you.
You said piercing damage, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hester was healed, so this is a good thing.
Yeah, I was healed.
Yeah. Had
okay.
Skye, had Cher been here, I would assume Skye would have healed everybody at full, but
She's not, so that's
no,
okay.
she's not. Yeah, I won't. She doesn't have much health left, so I'm just gonna put her on the side. All right. Bronobi, you're being grappled by this creature, and you're starting to take a little bit of damage. It is your turn.
Now,
He didn't move.
is there any way to try and? I don't. Is there any way to try and wriggle out rather than force my way out? Could I try and duck down and slide underneath it?
You're pretty much fully grappled. These things started to constrict you like a boa constrictor. So you tell me what you want to try.
Well, I was trying to sort of wriggle my way out, basically, see if I could, rather than try and brute force it, hope that I could just sort of squeeze out.
Okay. Sure. While this is all happening, because it's Bronobi's turn, as soon as you start to move, in your head alone, you hear, "Why do you fight, Bronobi Horne? What does life mean to you?"
He just yells out, "It's better than dying!"
What is more important, your skill, the kill, or survival?
He doesn't have long to think about this, so he's just going to say, "Survival!"
No matter the cost, your own or your friend.
Everybody! Everybody that counts!
And who's that to you? Who's everybody for you?
Is he not choking this long?
No.
Okay.
I feel like I
just
should
say,
incite that response of everybody. I'm like, you lying bastard.
yeah, that's why he said,
Yeah.
and then he said everybody that counts. He yelled that out, everybody that counts.
That's all you guys hear. You're not hearing Thornhide's voice right now. He is speaking directly to Bronobi.
He'd say, everybody who is not my enemy. And he says it out loud, and he starts to regret that answer a little bit.
We will come back to you. Can I have whatever you want to do, just give me a roll, please. If you want to try and do like a straight acrobatics, if you're just trying to like slither out of it, I'll say give me a straight dexterity check.
Yeah, well, dexterity was only a 17.
Okay, all right. You are still grappled, sir. Next in line, Reynard. Reynard, you are completely grappled, and you feel the presence of this creature on you with your wisdom save, your fail, and it's like you're being judged by someone you don't know, but you're used to that. What would you like to try and do to escape these thorns that are slowly starting to tear you apart?
Pumpkin Slicer, because it's able to do damage to plants.
Mm-hmm. Attack roll at disadvantage, please, sir. Sorry, just a straight attack roll. You are grappled, so it would be a disadvantage. Thank you. Just remembered.
So roll a disadvantage?
Yeah. Sir, yes, at disadvantage. Thank you.
Still an 18.
18. 18 is enough to be able to tell you cut these vines, and you know it went through. You start to feel something start to loosen, and like a couple more swings might be able to get you, but the roots, they should be on fire, and they're not. That sword should be able to burn this, and they're not. They like it dug in, but it's not on fire. There's too much water flowing through these veins for your sword to catch anything on fire. As you are struggling and trying to free yourself in your head, so much red in your path. What is it you search for? What drives you, Reynard? What drives you to keep fighting? If you're muted, I think, sir.
I'm just trying to think of something to say.
Okay, perfect.
God damn, what's the hell with these questions?
Yep. Like I said, you're being judged. There's different ways of fighting.
Can you come back to me on my turn and let's go to the next person?
If you are not going to answer him, sir, I need you to take more damage. If you are unable to say anything, you are taking another 5 points of piercing damage, sir. And in your head again, you hear the same question. But you're also asked a few more things. Always the one to hold your tongue. If you were backed into a corner with only one way out, would you fight to the death, talk your way out, or run so that you can enact revenge later?
Being a sly fox that I am, I know for a fact I would initially talk my way out, then fight, then get revenge if possible.
All three. That is why there is so much red in your past. You just don't know when to let go. What is more important to you? Job at hand, erasing your past, or looking ahead to the future?
Oh, looking ahead to the future because can't change the past. The job at hand is always something that will come up in the future, so looking towards the future.
You feel the thorn slowly fade from you, sir. Hester. You're grappled, and thorns are piercing your skin. What would you like to do, sir?
I think Hester's not going to do anything. He's just going to sit there because they were told they were taking a test, and so they're just waiting for the test to begin.
Okay. Reynard, were all your answers in your head or out loud?
He would definitely done it in his head. Because he would have been swiping away at the vines at the time.
Beautiful. Hester Jakerock. You're an interesting one for sure. Why do you worry so much about your past?
Oh, I don't really worry about it. I just am trying to not repeat past mistakes.
If I tossed you off this mountain, what would you do?
Die. Sorry.
He's a bird folk, sir.
I'd say, wee. I would prefer you didn't. It's quite a long way down.
Would you think about what just happened, or would you act and do something about it?
Oh, I would spread my wings and glide, and then think about what just happened. So I guess I would act first.
Okay, good. What is more important to you? Magic, knowledge, or putting your past behind you so that you can move on?
Artificers don't do magic.
Yeah, it depends. It's a hit and miss, but yeah. They technically learn all their magic from the wizard table, so it is still technically magic. They just use tools to do it.
Knowledge is most important to me. I like to learn.
If given the chance of an endless sea of libraries or helping your friends with their mission, which would you choose?
That's a difficult decision. I mean, I like learning, but I mean, the libraries will be there. My friends are in trouble right now and need help, so I would want to try to help my friends. Then when we're safe, I can always get the knowledge later.
And what if saving your friends and helping them, the knowledge would never come to you? Would you still save them or help them?
Yeah. Because I mean, I don't know the knowledge, so I don't know what I don't know. I wouldn't know what I didn't know and what I wouldn't have known.
Honest answer. Good.
But it'd be very difficult to know a bunch of stuff, knowing that it cost me my friends.
Yeah. Good. Irma, you are grappled by a weird creature that is a lot bigger than you. You'd be able to tell that these thorns are piercing your shell quite easily, probably for the first time. This is an area that you've never been in before. What would you like to do, or what's going on?
I think Irma is just very exhausted and knows she's being tested. Irma's not going to do anything either. Irma's just going to stay there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
In your head, this creature kind of like looks at you, and you'd be able to tell this a little different, like almost like a shift in attitude than he was given the other one. Irma Lilyburn, Cleric of Reynard. Why do you help those that, if given the chance, would not help you?
Well, I mean, it's just life's precious, and it's the right thing to do. I mean, I don't think there's much more to it than that.
Do you have any personal life goals, Irma? Or do you just go where you're needed? If you were not needed, what would you be doing?
I mean, I've never really thought much about what I'd want to do. It's kind of been what's been expected of me, and kind of what's needed. I'm not sure what I'd be doing on my own if I wasn't needed. Probably just find somebody else who needs me.
An endless life of servitude and help. What is more important? Saving yourself, your friends, or Humblewood? If given a choice between the three, what would you choose?
Probably my friends immediately. If it came between the three, they're the closest to me. I'm not really sure.
You understand that unable to help everyone is not everyone knows that. You help those that are around you first. Good. Good. Creature's turn. You all see the second hoof lift up. And out from him comes a massive force at the five of you. Is then redirected to the mountainside. And he opens up a massive hole in the side of the mountain for you. The thorns all go away. And he looks at all of you and goes, some of you have a work to do, but you offered your answers truthfully. So, welcome to the Vale of Solara. Please come in and rest. And after break, I will let you guys know what you see and what happens. So, after you all answer the questions, you're no longer grappled. The vines and thorns go back into the ground. And in front of you, the creature starts to walk towards it. And you'd be able to tell that there is sunlight inside this cave, or, well, this might be the actual Vale of Solara. And he just basically gestures with his snout for you to all go in.
Bronobi waits and sees everyone else go in and see if they, suddenly burn up or get taken by vines or anything.
Mm-hmm. In your head, you all hear, well, you have answered truthfully my question. And Solara thanks you. Please come in and rest, and I will tell you all about the first Amaranthian. Come. So inside...
Does anyone actually follow?
Irma will.
Okay.
Yeah, Hester is.
Some warmth in there. Yeah.
You're welcome to tell it no, but I only have 7 HP. I'm going inside.
That's sure. No one had said yes was all, so I was just checking that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was dealing with a cat trying to eat my dice. But yes, Hester would go in because Hester still thinks there's a test going on. So it's like past the first step. Let's go on to the second.
Yeah, well then, once everyone else is in and not, exploding in a giant fireball as they walk in, Bronobi will go in too.
Okay. All right. So as you guys walk through this lovely cliffside mountain, and the cave that was just immediately not created, but maybe an illusion dropped. It's hard to tell what he actually did. And as you walk through, written in writing, you will see it does say the Vale of Solara. And can I have religion rolls as you all walk through, please? As you all walk through the opening, you all...
I assume these are disadvantage.
No. As you all walk through the opening, you are immediately restored 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay. 21.
Just 1 level of exhaustion. If you have 2, you're now back to 1. These are a little bit better. Roll.
All right. Okay, so we just roll 1 die, right? I just want to make sure on that. Okay. So
advantage somehow for religion.
no, I got a 6.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
Understood. As you walk in, there is a sculpture of Ardea. That is like almost like her wings spread, showing you to like come in. And as you guys walk in, you are immediately given a sense of something changed in you. You feel refreshed almost. Not like you've had a full rest, but you feel something about your answers or something in you has shifted. If you all go to your feet and go to Homebrew, you can add the Boon of Solara for passing her test. It basically gives you the Lucky Feat.
I have no idea what you just said to go find, but so I'll just put down the Lucky Feat.
You basically are granted the Lucky Feat, sir. Yes.
And I'll just rename it Boon of Thalara, okay.
Yeah.
Where are we supposed to go on D&D Beyond?
Go to feat and manage feat, where you can just manually add a feat. And if you have Homebrews turned on, scroll all the way down to the bottom of the feats, and you should see Boon of Solara. If you don't have it, I will add it for you.
Oh, wow. Boon. So not the Boon of Baba Yaga?
Nope, that is in my Thursday game. That one gives you the
that's
tough
the
feat. That one gives you the tough feat. Yeah, that's my Thursday game.
So it's as in this is the 3 times per day one?
I think this one's 2.
Oh.
Yeah, it's for your based on your proficiency bonus.
Mm-hmm. So it should be
okay.
now. Yeah.
I get 3.
You get 3 because you're 1 extra level. Don't worry, you guys are about to level when you wake up. So, as you pass through here, in your head, you hear, and you have Thornhide following you. He's pretty much behind you. And as you guys walk in, he is going to, you're going to hear in the back of your head, he's basically going to tell you about this place. So, welcome to the Vale. Long before the first Gerbine scampered beneath the brambles, before the Vulpin learned the ways of cunning, the Crest Mountains rose from the earth like the bones of the world. Towering and still, they watched over Humblewood as silent sentinels. Old folk say the mountains were once cold and cruel, bare stone, biting winds, and nothing more. But one spring, when the world was still new, a spirit walked among the peaks. Her name was Solara.
I'm really sorry, I have to go. I'll be back in a sec. Sorry.
Okay, you're fine. I'll type it up for you. So few dare to speak it aloud now. They call her the Greenback Mother. For where she passed, moss followed. Where she touched, wildflowers grew in stone. Solara wept for the barren heights, and from her tears came rivers that carved valleys, lakes that mirrored the moon, and roots that gripped the mountain's heights. It was she who planted the first trees on the cliffs, she who softened stone with soil, and she who whispered warmth into the frozen peak. It's said that the hawks of the crest still carry her breath in their wings. When the snow melts too early or the wind smells of pine and honey, the greenback mother is stirring again. Not angry, but watchful. Some say she sleeps deep within the mountain's heart, in a cavern garden of glowing moss and endless spring, her hands still on the roots of the world. Some clerics of Ardea recognize her as an incarnation of their goddess, but to the folk of the Humblewood, she is a protector, punisher, and planter. Offerings of wild herbs and newborn seeds are usually left in high places. Gold is rare, but for balance, not for bounty. Those who defy nature or try to steal from the mountain soul, the cliffs remember and Thalara never forgets. She is the Amaranthian of fate. And this is her first den. So please be welcome. As you come in, there is pretty much the same statue that you've seen outside. You'd be able to tell that maybe that was a illusion or image projected, because the actual one is in here at the bottom of the glaive. And I will take perception rolls, please, as you guys all come through.
$13.
Nice. You'd be able to tell that...
18.
18, nice. The three of you, as long as you're over a 10, you're fine. You'd be able to tell as you come through here, this is more of like a... it's not like it's a cave, but it's more of you're walking into like a little, like, oasis almost. The ground is grass. You have moss, you have rocks, you have a few small trees in here, a small little lake. Small little like river coming through from where the statue, the water comes. This place would probably hold at least a couple hundred people or a couple hundred animals. It definitely does smell like there's animals in here. And as you come in, you start seeing a few injured mountain goats, some mountain lions, one griffin with a spear in one of its wings, and they all seem to be being tended by some sort of... It's hard to see. It's like she's about a foot tall, like a really large butterfly of sort. I will take history rolls, please.
21.
Ooh, nice.
19.
19 as well.
16.
She's definitely some sort of forest spirit. She's rarely seen, but you would know like she's some sort of fairy. They're seen in Humblewood from time to time in the forest, but it's like the sightings are more like ghost stories. And you'd be able to tell that these creatures probably should not be all in the same spot, but in the back of your head you hear Thornhide say, any injured creature who can reach the veil become docile, and they come here to heal. And Celestia over there is their help of sorts. You'd be able to see this fairy is like floating around and like pulling the spear out and just like mending the wounds. And you'd be able to tell that just by drinking from the water in here, it is healing these creatures slowly. As you come through, Thornhide just smiles and says, if you are injured, please have a drink.
You are very nice and friendly to us now after almost trying to kill us a minute ago.
You passed my test. So yes, you are welcome to stay. Had you failed your test, well, then you would have been deemed not worthy of the mission you are currently on.
Bronobi's just glaring daggers at this guy. Not drinking or anything. Doesn't trust anything.
Hester's taking a drink.
Yeah. Whoever takes a drink, you can immediately get the benefits of a full rest. And level to 5.
So does Bronobi see
Bronobi?
them obvious? Does Bronobi see them basically instantly get the effects of meth in their system?
Kind of, yeah, you'd be able to tell that sitting here is like a very calming place. This is a place like, had you found this place, Bronobi, in a forest somewhere, you'd probably build a house or somewhere near it. Yeah, this is definitely like a sanctuary of sorts.
Well, seeing that, Bronobi would then, on the outside, he'd still glare, but on the inside, he'd be like, "Just do it, you stupid idiot," and just walk over and have a drink, but look really begrudging when he does it.
Yeah.
Because he's a really stubborn child.
Beautiful. So, as you guys all take a lovely, refreshing drink, you feel rejuvenated, energetic. You feel like you really haven't climbed the mountain a lot. You haven't gone too far, but it still has been a trial to get here. You have learned a lot. You have, well, given up information that you've probably held to yourself for a long time. You spoke some truth that you probably have been holding back, and you have been awarded because of that. So, as you guys drink deep, heal yourselves, you can immediately level up. And within 5 or 6 minutes of like slowly looking around, taking stock of everything, can I please have wisdom save? No, sorry. Yeah, wisdom save.
13.
Okay.
Mm, 19.
Okay. Are any of you immune to sleep?
14.
Immune to what?
Sleep.
Nope.
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 Beautiful. You all have a lovely, lovely, restful evening as you all mysteriously fall asleep as soon as you start drinking. You can all take a long rest, and you can all level. Your exhaustion is all gone. When you wake up, I will take perception rolls, please. Great rolls, because you no longer have exhaustion. Irma, you can. Your other one is gone too. While you're
Nice.
there, yes, please.
Okay. I got a nat 20 for a 23.
Oh, time. Okay.
It was a 9 for me.
9 for you. Ooh, good one for Irma. Nice. Cool. All right. You guys would be able to tell when you wake up, you recognize where you are. It is definitely morning again. Kind of hard to tell, but it's like you woke up, you started up this mountain, so it was like maybe not even before noon hour. As you look around, it almost looks like you were put back exactly in the same spot you were before. Like as soon as you've seen this statue of who you now know as Solara on the side of the mountain, you're waking up right at that moment. Same day, same time, fully rested, and you have Orwin and Rax looking at the 5 of you going, did you guys trip on something? Are you guys good? Well, I asked you a question, like, what did you see up there? And you just all kind of, like, fell over. Everyone good?
Maybe you do not know the power of your own voice.
Ah, right. Well, this looks like a great place to rest, if you would like to. Or would you like to push on? Like, we're feeling pretty good, but it's up to you guys.
Were they not having 2 levels of exhaustion?
They still have their 2 levels of exhaustion, sir. It feels like it was like instantly for you, all this.
But you are not looking. You say you are feeling good. You are not looking so good.
Well, we could move on. Like, I don't know, guys. It's up to you. We're still a little slow, but and you'd be able to tell the carving on the side of the mountain is gone completely. What would you guys like to do?
Well,
To see if either of them would want to, and I rolled a 1 and a 2. It's like, nope, okay.
I look around at the others and just shrug. Bronobi doesn't care about these 2.
According to your answers, that is true.
Yeah, they're not his enemies, though.
I mean, it seems like they might be nice to rest.
How about
Hester
you two
is,
just sit there and rest?
Yeah, Hester won't care either way because they're just taking their word. And so if they say that they're good to go, it's like we already had a rest. So it's like we're good to go too. So Hester's not very good at insight to tell that they're exhausted.
Yeah. Carry on.
Okay. We're going to be a little slow, but we will manage. We've done this. We've been in this situation, something like this before, but it's been a while. Right. Let's move on.
I'm not sure I believe Cher and Irma being happy for them to continue.
Skye would probably like almost pat them on the shoulder and go, "You guys are good. We'll get you through this. Don't you two fret." And worst comes to worst, we'll go for a couple more hours, and if we need to rest, we'll rest. And she's just gonna say, "Do you mind if we have a minute with these guys here for a sec? I don't know what just happened." She's basically wondering if you guys want to have a quick huddle with what just happened before you guys leave. She would definitely do that.
I think that's a good idea.
Horne and Raptor just go, we'll start. You guys catch up.
I did not just imagine a whole bunch of shit happening, did I? Pig thing,
No.
and antlers like mine, drinking some strange liquid, vines and thorns.
You can still taste the perfectly crystal clear water.
So pretty much we all had a can of living death.
Well, I'm not sure how that all happens in the space of about half a second, but I guess I am certainly feeling much better and chipper and hearty.
Yeah, that was a nice test. I liked it. Did you guys like your tests?
No.
It was insightful.
No.
It's a straight note. Reynard, love it. Love it.
I mean,
No,
I thought it was completely shit, but oh well.
Yeah, I will ask, share her fun questions at the beginning of next session. Because hers are instant. And I really want to know her responses, and I want you guys to know her responses. So we'll start off with that.
Nice.
Yep. Perfect.
Well, what are we all waiting for? Come on, let's go!
Alright. So, freshly off with a boon of an Amaranthian you've never heard of before. Still fresh in your mind. She's not in any of your history books. Nothing you've ever heard of. But you now know, especially Irma, because you did see it, if you were to find a cleric of Ardea and ask them about the sacred site, they might be able to give you a little bit more insight. Because it seems they might have known about it. This definitely still had like a feel of more druidic than cleric in the nature of the place. But it definitely has healing properties for anyone who knows about it and needs it. So if you ever did, like, we're in this area again and we're in need of help, you do have the boon, they might help again. But it seems like you weren't given anything other than that. Just like a nice little place to rest and learn and to be judged.
As we're walking, Bronobi wants to walk over near Hester and say, I am not understanding what you like about that test. We were promised knowledge about ourselves and about them, whatever they are, and I don't really feel like I got anything at all. I think we were lied to. But I do feel rested, and that did help.
I mean, I think you had to pass the test in order for them to give you the information. It sounds like you didn't pass the test. I found out that I value my friends here over knowledge, which I didn't realize.
So you're saying that them giving us information was not at all, it was just simply learning what we already knew? Couldn't we just sit down for 1 minute and work that out for ourselves?
I mean, if it was that simple, I mean, we would probably have done that by now. It's been weeks, and I just found that out.
Bronobi is staring right at you like you're an alien. He doesn't understand any of the words that come out of your mouth because they don't make any sense. And he just... and then he just walks away from you.
I'm assuming at some point, if Skye was here, she'd probably just put a hand on Bronobi's back and go, personal growth is rewarding in itself, sir.
And Bronobi would answer something like that by saying, I'm tall enough already. I don't need more growth.
This is true. Love it. Yeah, I'll let her figure out what her personal things are going to be, because it might change, so her outlook on a few things. But, yeah. Okay. Well, you guys all start back up the trail. You do realize that your scouts are a little bit slower, but they still are moving as quick as they can. What's their movement speed? Okay. Okay, not quick. Okay. They're down to 10 feet for each of them.
That's okay. The rest of us are being stealthy then.
Yes. So, if you are going stealthy, I will love some stealth rolls, please, people. I will roll these guys. Okay, they can at least roll good for stealth. Of course they can.
I mean, it's not the most useful nat 20 I've ever rolled, but it still is a nat 20.
I got a 19 and a 22 for these guys, so at least they're going stealthily.
Is that
Dirty
a
20.
disadvantage?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
That's good. They have a +7 for their stealth, so they did pretty good.
I got 19.
Okay, the nat 20 will help Irma back up. Beautiful. Well,
In case it matters, that makes it 27.
Okay, not too much. Let me do 2 quick I don't have actual dice. Let me just roll a couple straight d20s. Yeah, come on. D20, please. I need 2 of these. Oh, 13. Okay. All right. Perfect. Well, that'll help you guys a little. So that is plus. What do these guys have? As you guys are moving along and climbing up the mountain path, you all come face to face with what you now know is why there are griffins about. You come across... I'll move your map. You come across on one of your journeys where it's starting to... the trees are starting to really thin, and you're going to be going pretty much from here on out. It's pretty much going to be snow-covered terrain. But you come across a griffin nest on the side of the cliff where you guys are walking past. And thankfully, you can see the mother and father in the sky, but they did not see you with your stealth rolls. Thankfully to the nat 1 that I rolled. You do hear a little bit of chirping from a newborn griffin in the nest. And what sounds like... Actually, sorry, give me perception rolls. I forgot to do that. Your passes would catch most of that anyway.
17.
Okay. Ooh. Nice. You guys are doing
Dirty 20.
beautiful.
14.
Okay. You guys would all hear what sounds like a small, like, newborn griffin cawing a little. But you also hear what sounds like metal scraping on metal or something shifting inside.
Inside what?
Inside the nest. Right here.
Metal on metal in a nest.
Mm-hmm.
All it is a baby griffin ripping up a trash can.
I mean, I'd say quietly, as tempting as it is to get ourselves a pet griffin, I am thinking we are best off just keeping away from this.
You could also have Jeremy take a quick look if you wanted, as a reminder, because you can look through his eyes.
We absolutely could, but I will not be doing that.
Beautiful. Just
Well, not based on, unless people suggest it, but at the moment he does not think that's a good idea.
Does anyone want to investigate? That's up to you. I'm not forcing it.
If anything, Reynard would go and shut down the potion of animal friendship.
Yeah. Nice. Beautiful. Okay.
On the off chance something is gonna paw at him.
Okay. How long does that potion last for?
1 hour.
1 hour. Beautiful. Okay. And that just gives you... does that let you speak to animals or just...
When you drink this potion, you can cast the animal friendship spell, save DC 13 for 1 hour at will.
Nice. Okay. Perfect. So I think that's more of like a calming effect so they don't attack you. Okay. So, anyone else going with Reynard?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Bronobi's going to stay hidden and get an arrow out ready to go.
Hey, give me a stealth check, please, for hiding for Bronobi.
You're not going to let my nat 20 carry? Rude.
Oh, sorry. Right, you got the nat 20. Beautiful, you're fine. Are you stealthing up, Reynard? The
I
stealth
am.
roll for it to get you to here. Okay, so just give me another stealth roll, please. I'm just making sure you don't get a nat 1 and trip on something, sir. Okay.
13.
You climb into this nest. The nest, how tall are you? I can't remember.
I am 5'6".
Okay, you can just see in. This thing it's a big nest. Griffins are quite massive. You see what looks like to be maybe 2 or 3 week old. It's kind of hard to tell. I'll take a nature roll to see if you can figure out how old this baby griffin is.
11.
Okay. At some point, it's been born in the last maybe months. It's kind of hard to tell with an 11. Baby griffins are not your forte, sir. Inside of it, you especially, thankfully you came up here, you see something that you recognize, but it's hard to tell. It's like, I've seen that before, but where have I seen that before? It's like, is that my, no. There's something in the back of your head that looks like there's something there. It's like, I recognize it, but I don't remember recognizing it. There's also a skeleton of a Gallus holding what looks to be a sword and shield with his fresh remains of Sir Garrick. Looks like this is where he ended his life, being fed to a newborn griffin. And all that's left of him is his sword and his shield.
And a big old pile of chicken bones.
That seemed to be your sword and shield, oddly enough.
Well, I'm going to do the whole casting animal friendship on the animal.
Okay.
So I could get that stuff out.
Yeah. You'd be able to tell it's not really doing too much other than, like, it's still fairly early. It's more looking to the sky at Mommy and Daddy, who thankfully rolled terrible perception rolls on you guys, or we were going to have a fun fight with Mommy and Daddy. And your stealth rolls were ridiculous. So, you pluck this sword and shield with quick ease, like you've had this. These belong to you, oddly enough, and you've never had them before in your life. The shield itself does have the crest of the perch guard on it. The sword is a short sword.
I'm going to immediately put them in my bag of holding.
Sure, he stabs the griffin with us.
There's a baby griffin in there, and the remains of someone who's now part of you.
Will the griffin fit in his bag of holding?
I don't need the clawing at the bag.
So technically it probably would, but it would suffocate in there.
I have to like leave its head, you know.
Yeah, money.
I mean, it takes 10 minutes before it suffocates, so that's plenty of time.
It's up to you if you want to carry a newborn and give it air every 10 minutes.
Give it a straw. Just think.
I don't know if Skye would allow it, but being bird folk stealing other bird folk is probably not a good idea, but that's up to you.
Can I scoop up some of the remains of some kind? You know, proper burial?
If you would like to bury part of yourself, yes, absolutely.
Do I need to roll?
Nope. Nope, your stealth roll's enough to get you in and out, no problem at all, sir.
And I'm going to scoop up the remains and put him, technically, my other me, in the bag.
Okay, perfect. All right. If and when you decide to use those weapons or get them identified, let me know, and I will tell you what they both are.
Probably as we get away from this area, I'll ask Hester to identify them.
Okay. Well, you guys have successfully gotten rid of that combat. That was going to be a fun one. Angry mom and dad. So.
Yeah, for you, probably not for us.
Yeah, Griffins only CR2s, I think, but yeah, it could have been pretty fun. There's 2 or 3, I can't remember. But they're still Griffins. They can still pick you up and throw you off the side of the cliff. So, who's on point now? You'd be able to tell that Orwin and Rax, like, they know they're having a hard time here. So they're just literally arrows knocked, looking at the sky, and just trying to get their footing. They're letting you guys do most of the scouting right now, and most of the work they're just trying to trudge along and not fall behind. So, as you guys leave, I would like more stealth rolls, please. Bronobi, your nat 20 will get you through this section.
Thank you.
Yep. With a net 1. Love it.
Do you want me to roll Bubo? I forgot to ask on the last one.
Yes, he is technically still an extra body, and he's beta metal. Okay, the net 20 is going to help Pretzel.
Is it stealth roll?
Yeah.
I tripped.
Okay.
Did you just accidentally roll sleight of hand? Because that doesn't count.
That does
Oops.
take sleight of hand, sir. Yes.
Oops, sorry. Wrong thing.
You're good.
Lucky.
You lost the number. Okay.
There we go.
Of course. Jesus, another net 24, 29. All right. Well, that will really, really up for you guys your average. I rolled a 17 and a 16 for the other two. So, yeah, okay. That will do the passive, and you're going to get by the griffins again on your way out. Okay, 2 net. Okay, all right. Well, I was hoping that one of you guys would really screw this up, and thankfully a double 2 nat 20s gets rid of Irma's nat 1. So, and still good for Hester and Bubo. All right. So as you guys slink away from this cawing baby griffin and start climbing up your way to the mountain ranges, you're about probably pushing 5 or 6 hours into your journey skyward. I would love some more con saves, please, as you finally hit more cold air and nothing but snow from the future on.
18.
Do I get advantage on this because of that ring of warmth?
Yes.
Okay.
11.
You guys now feel somewhat that the boon you were given could technically maybe try and help you through this, if you would like to use one of your luck points.
I got a 15 on my con save. Does
You gotta hit
Bubo need to do a con save?
No, we did him, but we're not doing him just because he's mechanical. I'm not worried about. I don't think he's. I can't remember for the Steel Defender if it matters for that. I'll have to research that. I can't remember offhand. We'll just say no for now.
Reynard will use one of his luck points.
Okay.
I'll try luck.
It did
not help.
You can also. This is something you could guidance yourself for if you like.
I don't know if I should bring it up, but the Steel Defender does have a thing for a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
If you want me to roll it.
I can't remember. Can they get exhaustion or not?
Oh, yeah, let me check that. Damage. Nope, they're immune to charmed, exhaustion, and poisoned. Yeah, so it wouldn't matter.
No,
okay.
Because they're technically a construct, they can keep on moving. All right. So, with a guidance, Irma, would that put you up at all? Or do you have guidance? I think you do.
I do have guidance.
I have guidance too.
Okay.
And Skye has
Does
guidance.
she have double guidance?
Yep. You guys could technically guidance yourselves as you're getting. Yeah. Okay, Irma, you're over. So if someone wants to toss a guidance to Reynard for this, roll a d4.
Nah,
for
fuck him.
Reynard.
I'm just kidding. I'll go with Reynard. I'll give him guidance.
Do I roll it?
Yeah. Yes, please.
There you go. You all passed your con save. So,
Yay, 15.
whatever happens to you're slowly starting to acclimate to this journey. And because you finally passed a con save, you're not going to have to do another one for at least 4 hours. So, what is the next 4-hour journey for you guys like as you go up? You're going to be able to tell with very soon. It's going to be, by the time it slowly starts to get dark on this side of the mountain, your two companions are slowly being haggard, and they definitely did not pass their con save again. So, You have 2 scouts that are slowly becoming useless. What would you like to do as you guys get more north on your first day of travel?
Annoying that we're level 5 and we still don't have it, but we don't have anyone with Tiny Hut as a spell. That bites.
What time of day is it right now?
We'll say like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Pushing towards like 4 to 5, and as you get higher, it's getting colder.
Guys, as much as they are just people, we probably do need to keep them alive. So I think we need to find an opportunity to rest for them, make some sort of shelter.
Soup time.
I would love some survival rolls to see if you guys can find a lovely little spot to hide under the wind.
I got a dirty 1.
That's the dirtiest of dirty, sir.
I think so.
18.
18. Nice.
9.
Sorry, what are we rolling? Survival? 9.
Nice. Hester or Irma, do either of you have mold earth?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Okay. Irma, your survival roll was my DC. You come across an area of like loose packed dirt and what looks to be like not hard packed rock. You being you would know you could probably dig an area for everyone to hide in and have cover and be safe enough to rest and even probably make a fire.
Yeah, Irma will point that out and then start digging, I guess.
Yep. Yeah, this is something that's going to take you at least 10 to 15 minutes to clear enough space for everybody to get in and underground for the evening. Mold Earth would have just made it quicker. So you guys set about starting to... It's a little early for camp, but with your 2 scouts feeling a little under the weather, you definitely do need it. So what would you guys like to do? Is anyone taking watch, or are you just going to stay kind of under the radar, under the mountain for now? What would you like to do?
Oh, Reynard would do the first watch at least.
I mean, Booba would be on all watches.
Is anyone going to stay topside, or are you just going to like be near the entrance of where she started to dig?
Yeah, probably near the entrance.
Probably got. I think we're pretty far from the Griffins now. We haven't seen them in a while.
Yep.
Okay, so Jeremy would be out, scouting around from above as well.
Okay. Perfect. All right. Within like 20 minutes, half hour, Irma's got a nice little like den area carved out inside the mountain. It's pretty much just like hard packed dirt, so it would take you a little bit of time. You probably would have had to skirt around a little bit of rock and a little bit of root. But as you make this place, you being you, you'd know you'd need like a small area for a fire, so you'd build like a semi-little like area for the smoke to come out and start cooking everybody a lovely meal. Jeremy is out scouting. Can I have good old perception rolls for him, please?
Actually, I have no idea what his perception is. I'm just looking that up. Wisdom is... Oh, I think he has a +1. And no, +3 to perception. Oh, man. He rolled an 8.
An 8? What's his passive?
Yeah. His passive is 13.
Okay.
But that doesn't matter because you asked me to roll.
Yep, I know. I still wanted to... couldn't remember what it is. Alright, Jeremy sees a mountain. He doesn't really see any danger in the area that you're currently in. He also doesn't really see anyone in the area. The only thing with an 8 that he'd be able to tell is it's getting dark.
Fair.
Wow.
Yeah. But you'd be able to tell that Rax and Orwin are like pretty much huddled down and like almost immediately asleep. They're not moving too quick. Because I've been rolling terrible for them. So, you guys know it's going to be more than probably 8 hours in here unless you want to travel at night. That's up to you.
Don't think so at this point, not with two of our party being somewhat useless.
True. All right. Well, during that time, I'd assume, Reynard, would you like to have Hester take a look at the object?
Yep.
All right.
I guess Hester will look at the objects.
Okay. Hester, you'd be able to tell almost immediately that these are definitely magical in nature. They feel lighter than they look. One of them, the shield itself, just basically has the crest, which you guys have seen before, of the perch guard on it. But it is very nicely made. The short sword itself is kind of looks like it was made of, like the hilt itself is almost like the same vine that was wrapping you guys up in, kind of has like the same thickness and feel to it. And along the blade, you see like intricate leaf work along the sword itself. And it eventually comes back that the short sword is called the short sword of the wood, and the shield is just a +1 shield. So if you look up Shield of the Wood in your inventory, Reynard, it is a Humblewood actual weapon. I'll read you the description here in 1 sec.
Oh my.
Yeah. Read out the description for me, because it's not coming up for me.
Yeah. Short. Well, you said shield, but it's actually short sword of the wood.
Yeah, short sword is short sword of the wood, sorry.
A finely crafted short sword with delicate etchings. It resonates with the faint hum of life. You gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls made with this magic weapon. The short sword has 2 charges. You can expend a charge and speak the command word to cast Spike Growth. Save DC 16, centered on yourself. You can pass through the terrain unaffected. The short sword regains 1 charge every day at dawn.
Yeah.
So it has to cast it at like centered on themselves. They can't choose. Oh yeah, it makes sense because you're holding on to it, so it's just like right here.
It's the type of weapon that's meant for someone who's going like a sword and board who's going headfirst into combat and is like surrounded by a bunch of enemies. This is a way of him being able to move through that while everybody else is taking damage. That's why Sir Garrick was a champion.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
And Spike Growth is very, very deadly.
Hester,
if used right.
Hester's not going to relay Hester's not going to relay any of this to Reynard and just take everything for himself. Be like, there's nothing special. I'm just kidding. No, I'll let Reynard know what it is. And
you
be
can
like,
roll deception.
Really cool.
I can roll insight, see what the hell's going on.
Yep.
My deception roll is an automatic failure because Hester has a very difficult time lying.
Love it.
But
And I'm sorry,
no.
Brandon, but spike growth does not need. You don't need to be a low level for that to be an awesome spell. Just look what it did in the story last set.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, like, low-level players who would have to bypass that usually don't survive a spike.
Oh, yeah.
They
Sorry.
don't have the health for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I in a different game that I played on Friday, I cast Spike Growth on a group of 20 kobolds that were attacking.
Bye-bye, kobolds.
Yeah, it was like a third of them died just by taking a couple of steps.
Yep.
It was like...
My favorite thing to do on my druid in my Friday game, because she's a shepherd druid, she casts plant growth first, and then spike growth under the plant growth so they can't see it.
Yeah.
So they're difficult terrain. They have every 5 feet of movement they do, it's only 1 foot. So to run through, it's almost quadruple damage because of their speed reduced. It is so much fun.
Yeah.
It's a deadly combo. But yeah, Reynard, when you get this weapon, and even the shield, you've never probably held a shield in your life. This fits somehow. It's not really sized for you, because Sir Garrick was a lot bigger and beefier. But you know how to use it, oddly enough. And there's something in the back of your head saying, I've used this before. And the sword is very nice. Feels like you've been missing it.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely equipping the short sword. Of course, now I have to question if I'm going to equip the shield.
Or
Because I could use the shield.
Yep, you can.
Well, at the time, I'm just gonna. I'll just dual wield slicer and short sword of the wood.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, you guys have a lovely cooked food from Irma. Are you using your channel divinity? I can't remember if that gives any additional stuff. What was it again? Or are you just cooking for just cooking?
Sorry, what?
Were you using your channel divinity, Hearth?
I guess I might as well.
Okay. I can't remember. Does that give temporary hit points? What does that one do again? It's been a while since I read that one.
Created the it's well, I think it creates 3 food items that does extra healing, yeah, and then can remove frightened or poison condition. So it would provide extra healing.
I couldn't remember if that he did exhaustion or not.
I don't think it does.
Yeah, so spending 20 minutes, you can create 3 food items. They'll last up to 8 items, or at the end of the rest, and will never spoil eating the food. So yeah, you guys are already still full health, so that's fine. It would have healed you 2d4 plus 5, and removed frightened or poison condition. Beautiful.
Yeah, but I don't think it does exhaustion. So
no, it doesn't do exhaustion, but that's fine. They're gonna get at least a long rest in, so that'll put them to 2 levels of exhaustion when we come back next session. That was fun.
And no one has lesser restoration, because doesn't that remove exhaustion?
Ooh,
Yeah, two level 5 clerics.
Let me look at Skye's character.
don't think it does. It removes blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Yeah, it's greater restoration that gets rid of exhaustion.
Well, that, but...
Yep. Gotta roll better.
You're the one rolling, Brandon.
I know. Well, maybe switch to non-digital dice? I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, we'll figure it out. But yeah, that's I think a good place to end for us today. And we will wake up and have Skye's story next time. because she might learn a few more things that she'll see at nighttime, which will kind of work. It'll work out for us. And then we can climb more up the mountainside and head towards the good old bandit hideout.
Even though it's called Short Sword of the Woods, I would think my Gallows memories would have gave it a name, so I'm going to name it Blackthorn.
Yeah, I was trying to come up with a name for it, but I didn't have when I first realized Skye wasn't going to be here. I just quickly put that part together.
Because oddly enough, blackthorn bushes that are really big spiked parts on it. I'm like, that's perfect.
Beautiful. So Blackthorn, Sword of the Wood. We'll say it has been passed down in his family's for generations, so it is part of the Jakerock line. Cool. Well, thanks, guys. That was fun.